I'm still sick, but maybe this could be the new gimmick of the channel, right? I cover weird bugs that I see in indie games or something. 'Cause what is this pattern I'm noticing where it's like a bug in an indie game will be like the weirdest bug you've ever seen, something that you wouldn't even expect from a game like Sonic 06. Now, this Soul Quest game, this is basically just 2D Devil May Cry. I think it's fine, though I'm not the biggest fan of how like the flying enemies come out and instantly attack you like when they spawn in. So you kind of get like hit a lot. It's only forgivable because this game's ranking system doesn't equate for damage. It only counts deaths. So as long as you don't die, it doesn't really matter how much damage you take. I guess, because I mean, if you're gonna make it so the enemies cheap shot you, you might as well make it inconsequential, right? Is what later DMC games did outside of like 3, because I remember starting from 4, they didn't even bother having double S ranks and stuff in the game. But anyway, so epilepsy warning, guys. Can you explain to me why skipping the cutscene causes this to happen? I mean, I guess this isn't like. I mean, it's more annoying. I mean, I don't have epilepsy, so I couldn't tell you if this is like super bad or not. But like, holy shit! So, what happens is that like the main character Alice, or however it's pronounced, because it's some kind of like weird. They're doing like a fantasy setting where they're doing like orcs and minotaurs and whatnot, right? She like dashes at the Fomorian, or whatever that is, some Cyclops monster. And then some character comes in to save her, but like I already did this mission before, so I wanted to see if I could get like all S's on times. Because the one thing this game seems to be very punishing on for whatever reason is time. You clear a mission in 4 minutes. It says that's a D rank. I'm just like, okay, well, man, the boss fight is just a boss, so let's see if I can kill the boss like super quick, right? Get good, as the kids like to say today. And I skipped the cutscene because I don't know if the cutscenes count for time or not. And then this happens, and I'm just so. I'm pretty sure you can back out of this. Sorry, that's the sickness. Can I blow my nose and not like do it into the mic? Let's see. This is really just an excuse to test audio. If you haven't figured that out yet, for the like 0 people that still watch my content. Oh, all right. That's enough. You get the point. That's just gonna go on forever. But hey, check it out. Check it out. Right? It's so cool. My cool indie game. The character even has million stab. Right? She has million stab. She has drop. Remember DMC? You like DMC, right? Okay, I'm being kind of an asshole about it, but I don't know. Like, on one hand, I think it's cool that they managed to take the combat system and translate it into a 2D gameplay style that makes sense, like feels good to play, relatively speaking. I'd have to play Dust again, Dust and the Cillian Tale, to see if I like it as much as that, because I just remember really liking Dust's combat system. And that system was also trying to be a little bit more unique, not shitting on this game for being like obviously DMC inspired, but like you had like the whole wind suction stuff, and I want to say Dust might have had less moves than this, because he didn't really have like dash attacks and stuff. But yeah, I'd have to play the game again. I haven't played the game in years, but I remember really enjoying it. And I played it on the hardest difficulty, where you just die in one hit. Well, I don't recommend it, by the way. I don't recommend that mode because it's you literally can't make any mistakes, because like all your health upgrades mean literally nothing. Even environmental hazards kill you in one hit. It's crazy how the difficulty scaling works in that game with the difficulty settings, but there's no. They don't force you to do that, so if you play the game that way, that's literally your own fault. But oh yeah, she even has like the fall cut thing where she can hit stuff on the ground and bounce up off of it, like in Hollow Knight. I guess I'm taking this as a excuse, since obviously playing the game, I can't just play the game without bugs. I played Cavern of Dreams yesterday, had a game-breaking bug that stopped me from playing the game. I broke my own promise to myself. I just said, fuck it, I'll finish the game. So I just stayed up all night because, you know, it's my day off. I just finished the game. I got everything. And wouldn't you know that the achievement for getting all the cards in the game, even that was bugged. So I had to, like, exit the game file and then turn the game back on and then go back into the completed save file for it to pop the achievement for getting all the cards. I want you to think about it like this, right? And, you know, and I've, like, seen the guys, like, YouTube channel and stuff who, like, made the game and everything. Like, it's not a bad game. Dare I say it's a good game, right? Maybe not, like, the best game I ever played. You know, it's nicer for against me over, like, a handful of people. I liked it. Obviously, I liked it because I was willing to play it twice to finish it. But I guess this is a little mini rant about, I won't say incompetence, because, you know, someone who, you know, hasn't even, you know, finished any of his indie dev projects and stuff, I'm not in a position to judge other people's work like that. But it's how do I put this delicately, right? Like, how do you have a game where there's only 2 achievements in the entire game, and you still somehow manage to make one of those achievements bugged? I mean, is this like the first game you've ever made? Like, that's just kind of weird, you know? It's and this isn't really a jab at the creator of that game or anything, or even the creator of, like, this game that I'm about to, like, start critiquing right now, right? I guess what encountering 2 bugs like this back to back inspired me to complain about is how you have all these people talking about how, like, indie game is saving gaming, all this kind of stuff, and, you know, there's going to be, like, this amateur element to these games, and that's part of the charm of it, is that, you know, it's got that homegrown kind of feel to it, where it's like, you know, they're more experimental, and you don't know what you're gonna get, right? And oftentimes people don't really know what they're doing when they make these types of games, so you should expect there to be, like, problems in it, right? That's to be expected. And that's why I've always been, like, nicer to indie games in the past. But as indie gaming has gone, you know, more and more saturated as the years go on, and there's more and more game engines, because this becomes more and more accessible. You know, Cavern of Dreams made in Unity. I don't know what this game was made in, but if you told me it was like Game Maker Studio 2 or something, I wouldn't even be surprised. As more and more indie games start to come out, I'm starting to notice this pattern where, like, I don't want to say I'm being, like, less forgiving per se, but it's like, dude, like, this I turned on the OBS just to, like, sigh into the mic and not say anything. It's just kind of depressing to say, because I feel like a dick for saying it, but it's like, you're gonna charge me like $20 for your little indie darling game project that just, like, copies mechanics from pre-existing games and doesn't even function properly. Like, you see what I'm saying? So, like, I guess what I'm saying is that when so many indie games, like, take inspiration, quote unquote, from pre-existing games, what's the point of playing the new game over the game that it's inspired by? You know, like, why would I play this over DMC3? I mean, there's some things that I can say that I like about this game, like how you can actually just instantly dodge attacks, and your dodge has invincibility on it. You know, it takes, like, you know, a different approach because it's 2D rather than 3D. But, like, you're still just going into combat rooms and stuff. Like, if you like DMC3, you probably are gonna like this game to some extent. But then the question becomes, well, what does this do better than the 10, 15, or whatever year old game that it's inspired by? You see what I'm getting at? Like, so many games are inspired. You know, this was going to start off as, like, a glitch hunter video thing, just, like, talking about this game in particular. But as I'm ranting, I think this is more of a general thing. So maybe I'll just make, like, the video title about, like, the problem with indie games, or, like, you know, or something, of the disillusionment in indie games or something. Maybe I can make a follow-up video with more organized thoughts. I'm surprised I haven't, you know, sneezed to the mic 1,000 times, so I managed to control my sneezing. I guess the big man upstairs really wanted me to make this video. Maybe I might feel inspired to start making more content. I just don't really want to talk about video games anymore, because I think the gaming community and stuff, and that's a whole other video in itself. I don't really want to make videos talking about video games anymore. But yeah, dude, I'm just not seeing the point of a lot of indie games, if that makes any sense, you know? It's not like they're all bad. You know, I've played some pretty good ones. Like, Gravity Circuit was a really good game, and that was inspired by Mega Man Zero. and it took its own take on it by having the you know, the what was it, the chain rod or whatever, from Mega Man 02, one of the sub weapons, making that like the main weapon, having you like punch enemies and stuff instead of using the Z Saber. So it had like a different style, and it had, you know, story and everything. And there was Berserk Boy, combining elements of Mega Man and Sonic to do something that's like unique. But, you know, these games tend to have some kind of problem, and that doesn't, you know, really, you don't notice it when the game is free. You know what, now I'm talking about it, you know, maybe, well, I should show some gameplay too, because it's probably boring to watch, you know, and I know I'm not the best speaker, probably boring to listen to. I don't know. I don't make videos for clout. You know, edit your videos. You know, how about you give me an incentive to do that, right? Let's do this mission. This is probably the last mission of the game.
Thank goodness, you're alive.
This game has voice acting and all that stuff.
Sure you'd
Let's just skip all that for now. Well, okay, we see what happens when we skip cutscenes, right? So let's try to skip this. But I already showed you what happens when you skip cutscenes. The game bugs. And like, there's like an enormous pause. I guess I should have showed that too. There's like this enormous pause between dialogue boxes. That's another reason I wanted to skip that cutscene, because you have to wait like 5 seconds for them to move to the next line of dialogue. Like, alright, so... Oh, look, melee stab! Look at that DMC! Oh my god!
amazing.
Yeah, you see, like, this fast pace. Okay, yeah, see, he instantly attacks. I knew he was gonna come out, so I didn't just get, you know, fucked there, but normally, if you're, like, you know, new or whatever, you're probably gonna get hit by that. Enemies do have, like, that little, like, red glow when they try to attack you. It's just that a lot of enemies' attacks are so quick that, it's hard to react to that unless you, like, memorize the attack patterns and stuff, which, you know, you can say that that's a skill issue thing. You just learn that. It's just, you know, it's a thing that happens in the game, you know, if that makes any sense. Oh yeah, see, like, that running attack.
Carnage.
You have a tendency to, like, drop into, because enemies will attack you even if they're not next to you. Like, all they have to be is, like, in proximity of you. So, like, these skeleton dudes or whatever, they will like to, like, swing their sword if you are above them. And what happens is that since the hitbox isn't that, yeah, see, look at that. Like, that can hit you out of the air. I don't even know what hit me. Something hit me. I don't know what it is. Right? So that's something you have to get used to in this game. But yeah, I guess to bring back to my main point, I'm just gonna finish this level, or try to, and then end the recording. Is that yeah, the indie games just they feel less inspired and more like they're just copying each other now. Like for instance, like Metroidvanias, right? How many fucking Metroidvania wannabe Hollow Knight clones are there? I'm not saying that they're bad games, right? Like, what was that game, Constance or some shit with, like, the painter lady or whatever? I mean, that looked like it might be a good game. I like Hollow Knight. It's the same problem with fucking the Demon Souls or Dark Souls, or that's the one everyone actually remembers. No one gives a shit about Demon Souls. But yeah, like, there's like a million of them. There's one, Mortal Shell, and then don't get me started on fucking you know, FromSoft themselves. How they made you know, a million different. They have 3 Dark Souls games, Demon Souls, and then they have what else? They've got well, that's it. Okay. Yeah, Elden Ring. Oh, Sekiro. I don't think that game had multiplayer, but like it exists, right? Like, okay, if I have any complaint, is that I get that the game wants to like have air combos, but enemies can get so flow. Oh, dude, I didn't even know that guy was on top of it, dude.
Bullseye.
Oh my god.
Amazing. Amazing.
And you have the fucking announcer, which, like, I get it. You're trying to be like DMC. You see, it's just DMC, but 2D. It's just DMC with some Valkyrie bitch in it. It's just like, it's the same shit. Like, dude, it feels like everything's been done already. It feels like every game you could ever play has been done already, and they're just remixing shit.
Carnage. Bullseye.
Hold on, I'm recording. Yeah, but like, yeah, they maybe I'll have to edit that out. But yeah, they just make the same shit over and over again, and it's like it's derivative, you know, like why would you even play this? Like, it's not because it's bad. It's like, why would I play it? Okay, that's kind of the issue that I have with a lot of these types of games now.
Bullseye. Amazing.
Oh wow. Are they just gonna spam the charge move? I guess they do that if they're like a certain distance away from you.
Bullseye.
Yeah, it's based on distance.
Amazing.
Yeah, like I wouldn't say that I'm like not having fun per se, but I also kind of feel like I hate to use the term boring for a game like this because there's obviously like effort put in. Oh wow. I'm about to die to an environmental hazard. Dude, if I die, I might just end it because obviously I'm being a call to action. You get the idea. Do you really need to see more of this game? Do you really see? Wait, is this all the way at the beginning? This is at the beginning. Wow. Yeah, I'm not gonna keep playing this. I mean, you get the idea. I've more or less made my point. This doesn't need to be like 5 hours long. Case in point, indie games, they're oftentimes very derivative of games that already exist, and they have weird bugs, and they're made by people who, you know, God bless them for working on their passion projects, but like, it's not like the game is free, wink wink nudge nudge, unless you know a particular person, a particularly very fit woman, a very active, athletic woman that can provide you with certain special things, special games, presents, things that you would like to have in your collection. But other than that, right? Like, no, I'm not paying you $20, $30 fucking dollars for a game I've already played before, but it's like the great value version of a game you grew up with, and it's worse. You know, like, holy shit. You know? I say make something original, but it's like, and at the same time too, these companies don't like make the same games anymore most of the time. But like, we still got DMC5, right? So like, really ask yourself, would you play this game or would you rather play DMC5? Like that's kind of the point I'm trying to make. I don't know. I feel like I'm shitting on like indie games and whatnot when it's like, you know, I was thinking about possibly getting back into indie game development. You know, what am I gonna make? Just a game based off of something that I grew up with? Because that's ultimately what everything boils down to. But yeah, the lack of originality, the feeling that everything's been done before, copying everything. I'm just repeating myself. And then they have the audacity to put bugs in it and they want to charge you like $20. It's not like it's $5 or some shit. It's like, holy shit, dude. Sometimes it's warranted. Like I liked what was it? RZ, the Jewel of Faramore, you know, being a parody of the CDI games. I don't think we're making another CDI Zelda anytime soon. But yeah, that's more or less it. I mean, do you agree? Do you disagree? Indie games just kind of feel like they're not like terrible, but very rarely is it a game that's truly special. It's just like, wow, this is like the new Hollow Knight. This is amazing. And like, no. Usually the game is just kind of like decent. They're never even like bad. They're usually just okay. And you know, we allow it to happen because corporatized slop is so like terrible. Like, I'd rather play this than Marathon, you know. But come on, man. Like, how much is this? Because I know the game is in like development, right? Like it's early access. Like, so like this is just a demo, and the full game I don't even think has a release date on it yet. So it looks like it's got good progress going on. But even the game is finished, dude. In my opinion, gotta devalue everything that I just said by saying it's an opinion. But I don't really see myself paying money for something like this because, you know, I gotta pay bills and I pay rent and stuff now. And I'm just like, come on, man. Like, I hate to say try harder as if these developers didn't try. But, like, it's pointless. It's not that it's bad, right? Indie games don't feel bad. A lot of them just feel pointless, if that makes any sense. Alright, so I think I've yapped long enough as the kids, all you Zoomers in your Zoomer Alpha, Beta, Gen Beta fucking terminology, like yapping and 6'7". Ugh. Dude, I'm not looking forward to being a father in this generation. Holy shit. I don't want to wake up and listen to my kids say 6'7". I'm gonna fucking pull my hair out. But that's assuming that the audio in this video is even any good. I guess I'll listen back to it and see what how it is. What is this? 20 minutes? 20 minutes? I hate myself. I thought that was like 5 minutes. How did I drag that off to 20 minutes? All right, that's enough. That's the video. Holy fucking shit.